Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Prepared Mind short. And I'll keep it very short. Uh, you know, I do my videos every day, and I have my own private research that I do. But I kind of ran into something that was a bit of a curiosity. Um, there's some things that kind of happened, coincided, and I wanted to share them with you. There's a time in human history when things are hard. It's not rare. Things are hard all the time, right? But at this time, the rich were wildly rich. The poor areas increased, right? Alcohol, drugs, prostitution, crime were rampant. Sound like a particular time that you know of and may experience? This curiosity is about a time when powerful nations they sought international control of third world nations and their resources. They did by hook or by crook everything they could to get control. Sound like any time that you're familiar with. There's a curiosity about a time when socialism, or rather communism, was becoming threatened. The people were starting to clamor for it. There was open violence in the streets. Fights between communists and police, law enforcement, became public, out in the public street for everyone to see. And national leaders feared removal. Much like Tsar Nicholas was removed by communists, and his family murdered. His daughters were impaled. There's this strange curiosity that there's a time when the powerful, the elite, were caught in sexual depravity. Cover-ups followed that. Murders followed it. Bungled investigations. Does that sound familiar? Right? And the result was a push for the status quo to continue. In other words, nothing should be changed. We're just going to sweep it all under the rug, hope it all just passes and blows on by. Well, you might think that I'm talking about the modern U.S., China, European struggle empirically, and that the one percenters, the rich, are getting wildly rich while the poor get poorer, and that elites, right? They're being caught in sexual trouble, like, reputedly, supposedly Hillary, but definitely Bill. Right? How about Anthony Weiner? How about Jeffrey Epstein? How about Prince Andrew? Right? We've got all these powerful elites around the world getting caught. Politicians, yeah. In this era, yeah, they're a bunch of perverts, and I don't mean that they just have private lives, but rather they do some things. Prince Andrew and Epstein and Clinton, through his associations, both Clintons rather, even their daughter, who is a proponent of pedophilia. These people are definitely sick. And so when I said this is a curiosity, it's because I ran into this in another time frame, in the 1880s. The robber barons. That's when people like the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, the Carnegies, were making money at incredible rates. The rich were incredibly rich. Industrialization of the world was just going rampant, much like our modern technological revolution is going rampant. And the people are being left behind, and the rich, the elitists, are doing what they want to get all they can, and socialism is being threatened by the people. But back then they had the same thing. Yes, in the 1880s, long before Tsar Nicholas and Russia fell to communism, there was a threat in jolly old England of socialism, communism, people fighting in the streets with police. You bet. London at that time was the biggest city in the world, the most powerful and wealthy at the same time, had tremendous amounts of social problems. There was wealth was being gobbled up. Alcohol, drugs, and prostitution were the order of the day for poor people. Right? There was open violence in the streets. Crime was out of control. And something else happened at this time. Jack the Ripper in the 1880s, in just a couple of months, did what he did. But there was, it appears there was there were murders going on, bungled investigation, perhaps. It scared the hell out of everybody. There was a cover-up, possibly. Royal intrigue having to do with Jack the Ripper. But all the same elements, not just Jack the Ripper, but all of these other elements existed then, just as they exist now. I'm not saying there's a connection between now and then. I'm saying there's certainly a curiosity there, though. Just something to think about. The problems we're facing today are the same problems that have always existed. And the consequences of actions taken, can result in shit hitting the fan. That's why we need to be prepared. I'll talk to you again very soon. Enjoy, think about it, have some fun with it, and we can learn from history past and hopefully shape a better future. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours.